Welcome to the first in our series of short video tutorials on our range of website data tools. Each tool is accessible via the homepage here. This video is illustrating the Compare Companies tool. This really is our flagship feature and the one that most people use. When you open it, you'll see the full list of investment companies on the platform, currently 309 in total. Each company is listed alongside key data points, which we'll come to in just a moment. You'll also see the date displayed on the screen, which confirms the figures reflecting the latest available closing data. The data is updated every morning at 8:15. As soon as the feed arrives, the information is updated on the platform immediately. The main purpose of this tool is simple. It helps you narrow this large universe down into something more manageable. From there, you can investigate further, compare options, research individual investment companies, and ultimately make investment decisions. The most common place people start is with the AIC sector filter at the top. These sectors are allocated based on the asset class or geographic region that the investment company focuses on. You'll probably recognise many of the sector names here. Let's take an example. I'll select UK equity income, which is a very popular sector, and as soon as I apply that filter, the list drops to 18 companies. So immediately we've taken 309 trusts and narrowed them down to just 18 that operate within this sector. Across the table, you'll see several columns showing key information, things like discounts, charges, and yield. If I click on the discount column, I can sort the trusts from highest to lowest. That quickly shows me where the widest discounts are in the sector. So in this example, the average discount for the sector is 3.8, while BlackRock Income at Growth is trading at 11.3% discount. Now, some people take a slightly different approach when using this tool. You might know you want UK exposure, but you're not necessarily looking for income. In that case, I'll reset the filters, and here I will choose the asset category of equity and the investment region of UK. This gives me 45 companies, covering smaller or large cap company strategies, and broadening out to those trusts that specialise in capital growth, as well as those that are more income focused. Once you've narrowed the list down a bit, you may want to explore different data points. You'll notice these yellow boxes here. These allow you to change the information displayed on the screen. For example, if I select discount and premium, the table updates to show things like the 1-year high-low discounts, as well as 3- and 5-year averages. And all of these can be sorted, which makes it very easy to compare trusts quickly. Of course, many investors will also sort the list by performance, which you can do here as well. I can sort by 5-year annualised performance here. Before we go any further, I want to show you something that's really important. If I click on a fund name on the left, for example, Artemis UK Future Leaders, it opens the company profile page. Every investment company has one of these pages, and this is where you can really get under the bonnet of the trust. There's a huge amount of information here, including full portfolio information, performance figures, stock exchange announcements, literature for the funds such as fact sheet or annual report, and also a research tab, which pulls over paid research, related articles, videos, and industry news. There is a separate video tutorial for company profiles where I go into more detail. I've shown you some basic filters and how you can adjust the data columns. But there's also a more advanced set of filters under Show More. At first glance, it may look like a lot of options, but these simply give you more methods to narrow the universe down. For example, you might decide you only want trusts with charges below 1%. That immediately reduces the list to 104 trusts. If I then add yield above 3%, the list drops again, 49. And finally, I may want to see those with discounts between 0 and 10, and now we're down to 28. You can see other filters here, such as enhanced dividend payers. These reflect a more recent trend where some investment trusts commit to paying a fixed percentage of their NAV as income. Any of these more complex data points can easily be explained by using our tooltips here, or definitions if you prefer. You can also drill down to the dividend heroes here. These trusts have increased their dividends each year for a minimum of 20 years. Whether that investment company approach appeals to you or not is entirely up to you, but this filter allows you to identify those trusts instantly if it's something you're interested in. Once you've narrowed your selection down, you might want to compare them visually. When the list becomes small enough, you can click on some companies and see a charting button appear. A separate video tutorial covers this feature in more depth. You'll also notice the binoculars icon next to each trust. This links to another tool called My Portfolios. which allows you to add trusts to a watch list, analyse overall exposure, and track income received or expected over time, another of our popular features. For a deeper dive, see the dedicated video tutorial on this. So that's the Compare tool, essentially a way to filter, narrow, and analyse the investment trust universe.